Hey, you guys. My uncle is currently in the hospital dying of cancer, so I'm basically gonna probably do maybe an hour or so, depending on who comes and watches or whatever. But I'm gonna be doing a top three or something of Mads Mikkelsen. It was his birthday a couple of days ago, so why not? I posted on my Talking Star Wars thingy. And then I'm gonna do Kiefer Sutherland's later on because I have a Christmas party on his birthday maybe. So why not like just do a separate video there? But this may be like an hour long live. And usually for some odd reason YouTube does not let me do 5 minutes or whatever uh videos. So why not just like go live? Maybe I'll like answer your guys' questions if anybody does, or like say hi to any of my viewers if anybody does watch. So number one, and I'm not gonna go in order for like Mads Mikkelsen, but because like all of his are pretty fantastic. Then I'm gonna go over my favorite Kiefer Sutherland movies. He's one of my favorite Canadian actors. I'm gonna get something of his for Christmas. That got a movie of his over there somewhere. But so first off, for Mads Mikkelsen is called The Hunt. It's from 2011 or 2012, I believe, where he plays a teacher that gets accused of sexual assault by a little 4-year-old or whatever, who's like his best friend's daughter. It was a really great movie directed by Thomas Vinterberg, who did this film called Festen back in like 1990s with a bunch of Danish people in it. And just like a really great, amazing story. I think it won him a Cannes Film Festival award as well for like best actor, maybe even TIFF, like Toronto International Film Festival. I have no clue. And maybe that one even made him be the jury selection just for doing The Hunt, because he's like the teacher in it. And yeah, like, that's probably, unless like they do a randomly selected jury, sort of like jury duty or whatever. Number two happens to be the TV show Hannibal. I'm a huge fan of it, and don't like ask me who my favorite Hannibal actor is, though, you guys, because I sort of used to love and slash have a little crush for some odd reason on Anthony Hopkins' version of Hannibal. Like my first experience was probably The Silence of the Lambs. Like I probably saw that on TV a little bit too young, and I probably have that somewhere. Like I have loads of movies, as you guys can tell. Almost that whole entire movie shelf is movies, and there's like a few CDs, and there's like a few more downstairs somewhere, and maybe a few more added to my collection. Since half of them I'm starting to like give away, just like a charity or whatever, like Valley Village, like some that I don't watch anymore or whatever. But like yeah, and I really hope that there's like a fourth season of the show Hannibal. Like obviously, if you guys are fans of the show, then maybe there's like a little bit more that happened before you got to meet Clarice Starling in Silence Lambs. Yeah, because like that's basically where it leans off to. Maybe there's a little bit more after. Like, who was that friend that Hannibal was having for dinner in oh my god, Silence of the Lambs? Like at the end, he mentions he's having a friend over for a friend for dinner. Like, was that Will Graham or somebody else? And the casting's just really fantastic. And cute Dancy from like LA Enchanted and a few other things. Lawrence Fishburne and a few other people. And then number three, here I'll even go get it, is Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And if you guys know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, hence my Han Solo t-shirt. And I kind of think maybe he will show up for Cassian Andor TV series. Depending on the timeline, I guess. But in Rogue One, he is mentioned, like Galen or so. But I kind of think maybe he will be in it. Maybe even Millie Bobby Brown as a young Leia, and so on. Just because like there's probably so much that you could see the development of K2SO, and maybe even oh my god, Alan Tudyk back. Still trying to find it. But I guess it depends. Maybe we'll get to see him a few of the other people or some chronic gameplay, but Mendelssohn obviously. Where's Rogan? Just so you guys can like get a hint in case any of my viewers not seen me in a while. See, like, look at how many movies I have, you guys. Like, that's a better kind of thingy. And then like there's some down there and stuff. Yeah, I'll just forget about it for now, unless I find it somewhere. But yeah, so that's like my top 3 Mads Mikkelsen ones, since I'm like obviously a huge fan of Star Wars. And this is booked like November 21st. And then one of my newest, God almighty, Canadian celebrity crushes is next. You guys watch this. His name is Kiefer Sutherland. I did kind of a YouTube video slideshow thingy to him, and I like dedicated it to him, and I kind of posted and tagged it on his Twitter, and hopefully he didn't like his Instagram, and hopefully he didn't see that. I would literally like scream or something. His name is Kiefer Sutherland though. Sorry, like if I say his name again. Or so. And I have like loads of pictures of him on my phone in case you guys do not know who I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna like read off some of his favorites, like based off of like IMDb ranker or listed or list all. Just because I'm gonna try to make this like a huge video type thingy. Maybe an hour. Like I said, depending what happens, or like depending, yeah, like who comes, if anybody does come. Maybe this will be like 20 minutes, whatever. Maybe I'll wait around a little bit if it gets to a certain point. So I'm gonna get my stand as well, so you guys can like see what I'm doing. Give me a second or so, you guys. And I'm also gonna probably eat my lunch. But like, yeah. So give me a second or so as well. I'm gonna like set this up a little bit, if I can remember how to do it like that or something somehow. Never mind. I'll probably just like do it like this. Okay. So I'll show you guys like what he looks like obviously first. As well. Give me a minute, I'm gonna get like his movie list thingy ready. But he's like one of my favorite Canadian actors. I'm recently starting to watch Designated Survivor, which I love. Okay, it's like one of his best shows. Besides, obviously, probably my number 1 pick, which would be 24. Okay. I'll just put that right there for a minute. But this is what he looks like. And I'm like strangely addicted to him. Like whenever I get the chance, I tag him on YouTube or Instagram. Like there was this gift I found of him shirtless, and I like tagged him and it kind of went. But he is from like a few movies, which I'm gonna go after. That's him. That was just like a quick little thingy in case I get copywritten or whatever. And he's a famous Canadian actor for those of you guys that don't know. And I'm just like gonna go over like a few of his like movies or whatever that I personally do love, even though it's kind of like ranked right here. Some of them I haven't seen, so like keep in mind like the briefings or the thingies may be short. But I personally did love him in Stand By Me. I kind of think that some of those people from Stand By Me could have even been potential It stars. If you guys are familiar, it's from 1986. the Stand By Me, obviously. And Jerry O'Connell, he was that young fat boy in it, and I kind of think he could have been like Ben Hanscom, since he had a few little changes in the first movie compared to the second one. Like they could have probably like, I don't know, de-aged or whatever Jerry O'Connell to make him look like he was back in like in Stand By Me or something, or like did a Carrie Fisher what they're doing with Leia for episode 9. And putting her like younger or whatever. And by the way, later or something on either Talking Star Wars or with this channel, I'll probably fan cast who I think for like 3 people or whatever, that 2 rather, that could be young people for Star Wars, like a young Luke, if they were to go with that for the Mandalorian upcoming series, for example. Or like I said, Cassian. Like, is Luke gonna show up in Cassian? Oh wait, he probably wouldn't, unless like there was little mention of him. I personally think maybe that there's gonna be a little mention of Jyn Erso, by the way. But who knows for Mandalorian? Like, is it just gonna be bounty hunters, or is it going to be people that we've already seen? Sabine Satine, somebody, maybe even Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, anyone? But yeah, I personally did love Stand By Me. It's one of my favorite Stephen King's ones. They introduced a lot of people, probably to like all these up and coming people around the time. Like, I know Lost Boys came out in like 1987, so I don't know if this was Corey Feldman's first movie, because he was in that, River Phoenix, and a few other people. His version of the Three Musketeers is really great. It's just like awesome chemistry. There's 2 or 3 people that have starred with Kiefer about like right now or something that have been in other films, which I'm probably going to mention, also known as like Oliver Platt. He is in Flatliners, which like is my next one, kind of, I guess, because there's a remake as well, where Kiefer plays this doctor that wants to like see if there's a more actor out there, as soon as like he and Kevin Bacon, Julia Roberts, William Baldwin, and a few others flatline their hearts. And Oliver is even in A Time to Kill, which I'll probably go down and like review in a few minutes or so, since like I said, this is probably gonna be like an hour or 2. And you got Charlie Sheen. He was in Young Guns, which is probably the one that made me love Kiefer. I'll probably mention that, or this one from like 1993 called The Vanishing, when Young Guns or The Vanishing comes up for the list type thingy. And it has Michael Wincott, who was like in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Wincott would later star with Jeff Wincott. And he would later star with Kiefer in 24 Legacy. Pardon me, maybe Legacy, but 24 Live Another Day, season 9 technically of 24. And some of these his movies that I'm gonna not mention, I haven't seen, so like I probably like won't give my reviews or like short little thingies. There's this one called Mirrors that's really kind of scary, which I kind of love a few little scary movies one day, but I'll probably do a trailer reaction to like It Part 2 or whatever. Like, I'm not that scary type thingy. That has Paula Patton. She was in Swing Vote, and wasn't she married to Robert Thicke or whatever? Where there's like this haunting hotel, and Kiefer's character is on night watch, and a bunch of crazy things happen, and like mirrors can actually like see you back. Like, that is scary. Sorry guys, like if this keeps on stopping, I keep on like rotating it somehow. Pompeii whenever was a great, amazing historical type crusader movie. I love Kit Harington. I'm kind of a fan of Game of Thrones, and I cannot wait to see like what he does next, obviously. And I cannot like wait to see what the guys do with the Game of Thrones creators do with Star Wars. Like, maybe they'll do that one movie, but I kind of think now that we get close to it, like Celebration kind of, maybe we'll get something at Celebration involving who the casting is, whoever for this. Maybe we'll get to see Pedro Pascal, who is like the Mandalorian. Gina, whatever her face is. You got this 1996 film called Freeway. It's basically a modern take on Little Red Riding Hood, I guess, because his name is Bob Wolverton in it, and he likes to have sex with dead people. And he tries to kill a young Reese Witherspoon, who's basically like your younger Little Red Riding Hood, and do a bunch of stuff. And he gets away with it too, but he gets killed eventually at the end when they find out more proof that he's done it. Like he's got a secret box of all these thingies. Okay. I'm not gonna rank these obviously, but number whatever is A Few Good Men. Now most people probably know that You Can't Handle the Truth thingy, but Kiefer has some other better lines as well. I actually love Jack Nicholson, so I totally like had to put this on my list. My mom, I think, has a crush on him kind of too. Or used to like him like when he was acting like younger. Like I think he retired, but I just like had to add that, and that has like Kevin Bacon, who I mentioned from Flatliners earlier, and everything, and like a young Tom Cruise, even though this was like 1992 or something, around the time of some of his other great thingies. You got The Lost Boys. It's one of my favorite vampire films, directed by the guy that did Phone Booth, which Kiefer's in for like 3 minutes, which I'm not going to include just because I haven't seen that. And Joel Schumacher even didn't he do one of the Batman movies? Then he did Flatliners as well, and I believe he directed the next one I'm going to mention. But this one has young Corey Feldman. It's probably, I think, around the same time most likely as like Stand By Me. Like Kiefer has blondish hair in both of these, and Lindsay like did them in between, because there's a couple of films from like 1990 that I'm like, which one did he do first? Like certain little thingies. Like he had an earring in like the early 1980s probably, maybe even like later, like 1987, because Lost Boys he does, and then it disappeared. But like he kind of has it like in this film from 1990 called Chicago Joe and the Showgirl, which I've never seen, so I probably like won't be mentioning it. But The Lost Boys is one of my favorite vampire films. Like I'll probably do trailer reactions with the copyright thingy eventually later or whatever, just like as a birthday thingy for him, like a separate like little video or whatever. That has like Jason Patrick and a bunch of other people. Jason Patrick is from Speed. There's late great Corey Haim, and a few other people, and some of which would even like reprise their roles or be mentioned in future Lost Boys movies. Like I forget which one it is, number 3, I believe. I don't remember like what the full movie's called, but it's called Lost Boys. I think it was The Tribe or something. And Kiefer has a brother. I think it was Rogue, but Kiefer has a half brother named Rogue Sutherland. I think it was him or Angus for some odd reason. And he was basically David, Kiefer's character's brother from The Lost Boys, like his brother. Next is A Time to Kill. I watched this film yesterday, so I should have a fresh memory. But it stars like a young Matthew McConaughey. It's based on a book by John Grisham, who didn't he do the Jack Ryan series, if I'm not mistaken? And like a bunch of other young people, obviously, like Samuel Jackson, like probably 3 years before Star Wars. It even stars the second 3 movies for Kiefer and his dad, Donald. I'll probably show you guys a picture, like if Donald and Kiefer were to come out for like a movie trailer or case thingy, like Forsaken, their last one together. But it's a really great film. It's about Samuel Jackson's character is obviously like Native American or black or whatever. I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. And his character's daughter, who's like 10, she gets raped and almost killed by this drunk guy and his friend, Kiefer's brother in the movie. and they both get killed by Samuel Jackson. And it's up to basically either Kevin Spacey, who's like on the bad side, like the really right side, I guess, or young Matthew McConaughey, probably like his first, but either one of their sides to see who's right, save the right person, whatever. Sounds like if I were a kid, if I had a kid, which I don't, obviously, I would probably um, I would do the same thing, I guess, maybe. Okay, so the next one's this film called Young Guns. It's probably the one that made me love him because I'm still trying to debate if it was this or this one that I'm probably gonna show you guys eventually, coming up like soon. And it introduced Kiefer to this group of people called the Rat Pack. Basically, like Emilio Estevez was in on the Breakfast Club, which gave him the nickname the Rat Pack. And like there's probably gonna be like a new Rat Pack of young teens. And I really loved this film. Okay. It's like one of the greatest westerns ever. Like obviously before like Unforgiven and them came along, because this is like 1988, and I haven't seen this film like in a while. But I swear to God, either this or The Vanishing is the one that made me love him. My dad, he used to love westerns, I believe. So maybe that one. Unless I had a crush on this guy from The Vanishing called Jeff Bridges, also known as this one right there, because there's a new Vanishing coming out with like Gerard Butler, but why not just make that clear? From like 1993, where Sandra Bullock goes missing in a way, thanks to Jeff Bridges. And I used to have a crush on Jeff Bridges, so I'm trying to debate if it was Young Guns now. But I used to love Jeff Bridges, and obviously, yeah. So he has like this some sort of problem, mental problem, I'm pretty sure, like where he drugs people and kidnaps them and then kills them, obviously, like buries them probably alive and makes them like suffocate, which I think Kiefer's scared of thanks to The Vanishing. But yeah. You have Eye for an Eye, where he plays this rapist and serial killer who gets off because like there's like not enough evidence, and it's up to Sally Field to both track him down and find out a little bit more. Like he urinates and stuff on people's lawns and peeping Tom and whatever, and he gets away with it again. And then she decides why not, and he even visited her youngest daughter, who's like 6 or whatever. He visits her elementary school playground thingy, and it's like, can I come in? You look pretty. There's also this one called 1969 from like 1988, which has a young Robert Downey Jr. in it. And he's directed a few too, but like some of them I haven't really seen. Here, guys, this is gonna be like my last one for the fun of it. Meet Forsaken. It's a 2015 western that has both Kiefer and his lookalike of a father, Donald, who I used to love. Like in July, I think I did a Donald video, or maybe earlier July, since like I went to the cottage and stuff around then, or August. But this is possibly maybe the last one of Kiefer and Donald that they've done, since Donald's kind of getting up there. He's like 83, and it has like Demi Moore. I think Michael Wincott's also in this one Jeff Wincott's also in this one as well. I haven't seen this one in a while. So please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'll probably be back. I'll probably be back in December once again, just to like do like another like shorter Kiefer Sutherland thingy, like 3 movies or whatever. I just gotta pick which one I want to pick. Because there's loads, like I said. I'll probably for sure pick like Guns and the Vanishing. Or like do like an honorable mention type thing. Because he's done loads. I gotta go. Bye bye.